Republican presidential candidate and incoming Senator Mitt Romney has accused President Trump of not having the character and ability to provide the leadership the country needs. In a fiercely critical article in the Washington Post, Mr. Romney also said the president's words and actions have caused dismay around the world. Well, let's speak to Erol Morkoc, Chief Strategist with Republicans Overseas. Good afternoon, Erol.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Erol, we should be clear, Mr. Romney also praised many of Mr. Trump's policies, such as tax reforms and appointment of conservative judges. But when you read his article, what was your reaction to it?
Well, my reaction to it was, I think, similar to a lot of people on our side of the aisle. Mitt Romney has always been a jealous individual, and he was certainly put on the spot and wanted to make a statement. When Donald Trump brought him in for a consultation for a cabinet position, he ultimately found him to be unqualified and not suited for the job. Mitt Romney was embarrassed by that, and he has always been sort of trying to create his own faction inside of the Republican Party, which speaks to the duplicitous nature of how he behaves and his vulture capitalist background. So in a lot of ways, nobody's surprised by him trying to grandstand and sort of put out that sort of legacy admission to the Senate that he has as a bigger thing than perhaps it would be.
Given that, though, Mr. Trump did endorse him in Utah.
Yes, he did, and that's one of the disappointing things for Mitt Romney to come back after getting the endorsement, hopefully burying the hatchet. Bygones be bygones. Elections are one thing, governance is another thing. Mitt Romney's never really governed besides an Olympic Games, so perhaps he doesn't understand that. But it certainly was disappointing to see that, because we definitely need unity, and this kind of talk isn't helpful to the party and the nation.
I'm sure the party and the nation, unity is one thing, but is it also not fair for a Republican and incoming senator to question the president, the very nature of checks and balances in the U.S. Constitution?
Oh, sure, and he has the right to question the president. Nobody's taking away that. I mean, he's got the right to say whatever he wants, but it is a little bit strange that he has to come in and do this sort of op-ed style thing. I mean, he can come and speak to the president. The president's door is always open, the hardest working man in America sitting there through the shutdown. And you have to remember, back in June, Romney told a group of major GOP donors that he thought Donald Trump would be renominated easily, he'd be reelected solidly. You know, there was some camaraderie being built there. So certainly he has the right to come in, say what he wants. He's a sovereign citizen, but we would like to see unity in the party, just as the Democrats would, or anybody.
Yeah, he did say he'll support the president, though, on policies that he thought would suit the United States and Utah, but would speak out against divisive action. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, I would say that's fair. If Mitt Romney wants to declare what he thinks is divisive action and go for it, nobody can fault him. Whether or not that becomes a way of undermining the president or just a way of him standing on his own 2 feet for the first time in an elected office, then we'll see. In a long time, in an elected office, I should say.
How concerning is it to see this Republican on Republican discourse, or is it just part and parcel of politics?
Well, I think, as you said, it is quite part and parcel of politics. Everybody's trying to jockey for position. There's obviously 2020 coming up and beyond. So it's expected. And as I said earlier, I would like to see more cohesion, more unity. But especially with a guy like Mitt Romney, who's had such a long, contentious history with Mr. Trump, having come begging hat in hand for a job and getting kicked down, you know, jealousy is a drink best served warm, and Mitt Romney is sort of spitting that out right now. And hopefully it gets it all out before they need to get back to work.
Okay, well, Erol Morkoc, we'll have to leave it there. Chief Strategist with Republicans Overseas. Thank you for your time.